Yo, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be doing some more of the Subarashiki Hibi playthrough, and today we've got some really cool stuff going on because yesterday, oh my god, yesterday, yeah, that was a weird day, let's just say, because obviously we had seen just the total destruction of Takuji's reality. Obviously nothing makes sense, why would it? It's Subahibi. I mean, it's just as if the plot is doing what it's doing in episode 2. I mean, it's just taking so many elements of the story that are just, it's just adding in elements of the story that are so ridiculous and are so, well, they're just so backward from what you would expect. And, yeah, I mean, I really feel like whatever's going to happen next has potential because, my god, some of the stuff we have seen, amazing stuff. Really unusual. And what I wanted to initially do was just to analyze everything we've seen. Oh yeah, peak fiction, this line. I think if you had somebody like that for your teacher, you would die of boredom. Seriously. No, but isn't it really interesting to think about the fact that initially when Takuji's in class, he has no... I don't really know if it's because of the fact that, So it's really hard to tell if obviously all of... We'll be able to find it soon. Not. Yeah, all of this. It's hard to tell if it's genuinely because of the fact that somebody isn't wanting Takuji to hear any of this. Or maybe it could just be what Takuji does. I mean, he's so zoned out everywhere that he doesn't ever... I don't know, he doesn't ever want to listen, so he just doesn't. And when he doesn't want to listen, he just can't make out anything that's being said. But the only thing is, he's trying to listen here, isn't he? Yeah, but no. I mean, he's kind of scared to listen. He's, scared to see what they're thinking. And also because of the fact that everybody was looking at him in such an odd way. I really do wonder if that was either paranoia or maybe it was unusual the fact that he had come into class after Zakuro had killed herself or what. I don't really understand why everybody was staring at Takuji so wildly. I think that was just because of his fear, really. I don't know, or maybe there was something visibly wrong with Takuji. I don't know, it's really hard to tell. Maybe rumours have been started about him as well. That could be a possibility. It's actually really quite hard to tell. Hang on, I've just got to do something. This special offers page that always shows up whenever you go on Steam, it pisses me off so much. But, yeah, it is interesting that, I mean, also something significant is the fact that he only interprets people's motives for the worst. I mean, everybody's talking about things that are related to Zakuro's suicide, but at the same time, I mean, they're not really talking about Takuji himself. Yeah, but no, totally. It's all unsettling, and whether they're laughing or not, that's completely up to interpretation. Now, I really do wonder if Yuki's gonna be here today, because obviously this was one of the scenes where she stood up to the people who were just basically gossiping about. Well, no, they weren't gossiping. They were sharing information, but they were basically telling rumors. Yeah, but then Yuki was the one who had to apologize. That was the funny part. Yeah, but it is interesting. I feel like Takuji's interpreting this maliciously, but in reality, these people were feeling worried about him. Yeah, but I don't understand that. I really don't. Yeah, but that is actually really quite interesting. I don't understand why he feels as if he has seen it in the past. I wonder what that could be referring to. Yeah, but God, I feel so bad for Takuji because whatever the feeling is that he's perceiving, just the feeling of so many emotions at once, the feeling of uncertainty as well, and the feeling of a lack of knowledge about what the fuck is happening to these people that are staring at him. I mean, the thing that's scary about it is, it's just he's so paranoid that he doesn't know what's going to happen to him as a result of it. And then it's just sad that immense stress promotes, well, this, really. Yeah, but God, isn't it interesting to think about how scared he is? I mean, God, I think if everything here, it just totally, yeah. Oh, God, this is the worst thing, yeah. Yeah, but this is the worst thing. I mean, how could you not stop thinking too hard? I mean, yeah. No, totally. I think he is overthinking it, but at the same time, I mean, there is something that is genuinely... There is something that needs to be addressed, but that doesn't mean he's not overthinking it. My God. Oh, that's interesting. Either he's blacked out because of the stress, or they genuinely were never looking at him in the first place. This is weird. Yeah.
No shi. No shi. No shi. No shi. No shi.
This is really weird. I don't understand why it's as if he's reliving the same moment. Yeah, but isn't it interesting just how his physical itchiness and physical irritation, it totally drives him to... Well, I mean, obviously the thoughts... Yeah, I mean... This is all just madness. But I will read it because it's interesting, but, yeah... Yeah, but it's interesting that if he was the Prime Minister. But isn't it interesting how he's really, really bullied, and because of the fact that he's not in a situation where he has to fight for his life like he was, for example, when he was near Tsubasa's crowd, and obviously the H scenes that happened there. Yeah, it's just interesting how he really, really takes out his hatred on not only the unknown, but these people in general by saying all of these things. I mean, this is just nuts. It really is. I mean, why is he so insanely violent? That's what I don't understand. He reads eroges, so maybe he reads eroges with gore, or maybe he's just insanely frustrated and he uses really disgusting physical situations as a means of distracting himself from his frustration. I mean, this is just disgusting. We all fantasize about wanting to kill someone, let's be honest here, but I mean... I don't know who does it this much. Only a small amount of people. And to be fair, the funny thing about this is he's really thought about this. Actually, no, he hasn't even thought about this. It's just complete improvisation. Maybe that shows... If anything, maybe that shows just dedication and the extent of how much this is bothering him. Yeah, but isn't that interesting? Yep, the horse torture. Yep. I mean, God, it's just interesting to think about how horrible Takuji feels about the stress. God, that's insane. Absolutely is. Oh yeah, I forgot that though. Oh my God. I just can't believe someone experienced this. Yeah, but isn't it interesting that the ruler of time, I don't really understand that. I mean... Yeah, but isn't that interesting to think about the fact that when he takes his anger out on other people in his head, he no longer feels stress, and it's really odd because of this real taking out of the anger that Takuji has done. It's almost as if, even though it's awful and it's one of the most unhealthy habits, it's kind of as if he's bottled up all of the stress and now he's just released it in his head. So as a result of that, he can kind of interpret the situation with a bit more composure. It's really weird, though. I wonder what that says. Oh, it's probably a slur, let's be honest. But to be fair, Yuki said the F slur in 2 episodes ago. I love that calling somebody a politician is the same level as calling somebody a slut. And a student. Most hinged Subarashiki conversation. You were not too calm. What do you mean? Yeah, but I just genuinely find it so weird to think about the fact that Takuji, by kind of assuming another personality, assuming a personality of somebody who is superior over them, which, funnily enough, is the complete opposite, and also one that will never exist, is also the reason that makes him assured. He just assumes he's... There's a word for this. He gaslights himself. I saw this funny Lane meme. How to get through tough times. Tell yourself that somebody is testing you. And, oh, I don't know. I can't remember what it was. I'll link it in the description if I really remember. Well, no, actually, I have my phone near me. Oh, fucking hell. Dickhead. I'll see if I can find it. Going right back. Oh shit, where is it? It's so nearly found. Yes! Gaslight yourself. Tell yourself that it's making you stronger and the universe is just testing you. That's what Takuji's doing. Yeah, the bullies are the people testing. And Takuji's becoming stronger as a result of this because of the fact that he can listen. But isn't it interesting to think about the fact that he has to be mentally prepared to listen? I don't understand why that's the case. Because if anything, I feel that an action as terrifying as restricting the words that can be heard by Takuji, maybe an action like that would have actually been done out of consideration for him. That is, if somebody is controlling what he can hear. I don't know if that's the case or not. It's just speculation. Yeah, it is tricky. Yeah. God, I don't know what he's going to do. But the only thing is, that's the weirdest thing. The fact that what feels like a dream, or maybe what feels like reality but is so surreal that it is a dream, has genuinely happened. I don't understand that. What's happening on July the 20th in this world, by the way? I really wonder. Yeah, that's interesting. It is interesting when Takuji hasn't fully interpreted what's going on. He can't hear, and it's as if voices are spacing out. But obviously that's probably because of stress. But that's the weirdest thing about Yuki. I mean, maybe he was just so distracted that Yuki had just came in and Takuji didn't really notice. But at the same time, firstly, Yuki never visits class. But secondly, I mean, why is he here? And why is it as if he suddenly appeared? What is it with people suddenly appearing? I mean, we have Ayana, we had another person. Wait, no, I think it was just Ayana. Yeah, funny, Ayana. By the way, theory, I forgot to say Ayana, otonashi Ayana. Otonashi as in quiet, or literally without a sound. Yeah. It's as if she's doing all of the work on the world that is making it completely changed, without making a sound and being really quiet about it. She's just that person in the background who is subtly doing everything. That's why I think her name is Otonashi. Yeah, but God, it's insane. There was something that happened that the bullies knew about, like Tsubasa's crowd. They knew about that happened to Zakuro a few days before she died. He's just so unnecessarily violent. I don't understand why. And I also don't understand why he wasn't in last chapter. We never saw him last chapter, even though we did see Takuji, which is really odd. Yeah, but that's interesting to think about the fact that not only, I think it's probably because of how Takuji is interpreting Yuki, but also it's just because of how scared he is. And that's probably exaggerating the fear of their expressions. Yeah, but it is weird. I don't understand that. It's really odd. Yeah, but it is interesting that Takuji always searches for the worst solution. God, he is really, really forgetful. This just totally shows somebody who is so stressed that they can't even think. Let's assume a large man who weighs 200 kilograms that can pick up a 200 kilogram. And a young man who weighs 50... that can pick up 200 kilograms. And a young man who weighs 50 kilograms that can pick up 50 kilograms are both trying to push the other over. He's already talking. So far away. Come to think of it, occasionally... time seems to skip ahead just for... That's really weird. That's... what? Ah. Is it because of the fact that he's passed out and he doesn't realise it? Or maybe there's something genuinely weird happening? Sometimes time skips ahead by a few minutes or even a few hours. That's fine, that doesn't matter. Oh. Is it though? I mean, I wonder if you could tie the fact that time... It feels as if time just suddenly skips for Takuji. I wonder if you could tie that to why he suddenly sleeps. Maybe these are naps that he feels inclined to do. I don't know. What page in the textbook was it? Wait, where is my physics textbook? Oh, here. Is this my physics textbook? God. I feel really bad. I mean, fucking hell. He's finding it really, really hard to focus. I can see why somebody like Takuji never wants to go to class. I mean, my God, if you can focus so little and you can think about everything that's not the subject you're doing, fucking hell. I feel bad. Must be really hard for him.
Oh,
it's Kiyoshi. Oh God, what a fucking arsehole. The big guy will push him over, of course. It's always like this. I can't stand this classroom. Yeah, reasonable. Yeah, no. Yeah, normally Takuji probably doesn't have the problems that he's having now in terms of his thoughts, but to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Takuji's distracted easily. But the thing is with Takuji, he's distracted easily in settings he doesn't want to be in, like for example school. But if we remember when he was looking at the underground web project, underground message board, for example, I mean, he was so focused when he was looking at everything that was going on with Zakuro, and then obviously he went up to see if Zakuro was there or not in the class, and then we saw the H scene with the bullies. It's always like this. I can't stand this classroom. But normally it's not nearly this bad. Weightless space. Absolute void. Or perhaps the pressure at the bottom of the ocean. Yeah. Complete darkness. I don't know what that would be like, but yeah, that is interesting. The classroom right now can't be much different from that. It's just interesting showing how little he feels. Yeah, oh god, something wet flowed out through all the pores of my body. Swear, flowed out from inside my body. Flowed out from inside my body? Oozed out. What? A red viscous liquid? So, I mean, obviously blood, but what? It pulled on the asphalt. Blood. Takashima-san. What about Takashima-san? I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say they're excited, but some of them, they are definitely using the rules to their advantage. They're excited about what happened to her? Everyone is spreading rumors about her? Why? Why Takashima-san? She was quiet, that's right. She's not the kind of... Oh, God. Oh, yeah, no, I see that. She's not the center of attention, so because of that, people can easily spread rumors, and then she won't do anything about it because she's not really up there. I see that. She's quiet, that's right. She's not the kind of lascivious girl that would... Yeah, that people would spread rumors about. Oh, totally, yeah. You can't deny that she was horny as fuck, which then wouldn't make me surprised if it was actually true that she was a prostitute. But I don't know. I'm sorry, but who the fuck wanks in their classroom? Like, seriously. But to be fair, you can do that and not be a prosy. I won't deny that. She was kind. When she talked to me, she was modest and proper. And, I disagree. It depends on It depends on how much force he exerts, and also... I suppose you could think of it like that. So, I mean, you could think that it just depends fully on the... wait, no, actually, I'm a bit confused. Well, I suppose there'd be a required momentum, so that means... Like, required momentum required to push him over, so that means there's a required velocity at which he needs to push and he needs to exceed for him to fall over. Like, a required velocity you need to make the other person fall backwards at. But also, I think, obviously you need to push them with enough force. I wonder if you could think about that. Like, how would you find the amount of force needed to push them up? I wonder if you could use moments for that. Or maybe the horizontal component of weight. Wait, no, that wouldn't work. I'm thinking of a completely different thing. Actually, I don't know what you'd do for that. I feel like that... No, that could be a momentum question, but the only thing is there's not really collision, is it? Is it a collision? No. No, it's not really. But I suppose it's one... No, it is... I suppose it's kind of one thing colliding into another, so you could just use momentum to find the required velocity you're needing to push out. And maybe you could then use that to calculate the force. I don't know. I might actually look into that. That's quite an interesting question. Yeah. That's right, the large man would push him over. Another time when the large man pushes the young man over, what is the ratio between the force being exerted on the large man's hands and the force being exerted on the young man's hands? That's quite an unusual question. I mean, the mass is 4 times. Wait, what's the combined mass? Wait, where is it? Combined mass is 400. Yeah, so 4 times. I don't know if it would be 4 times though, because F equals ma and then velocity equals can't even say that. Oh fuck. I don't know. Oh, this is physics class. Calm down. For now, just calm down. Because I'm thinking that you can't just simply say this is 4, because would the acceleration... would the acceleration equal the deceleration because of Newton's third law? Like, would... Wait, hang on a second. How... I'm so confused. Wait, so are they both pulling together? Or what? Wait, so... I'm actually kind of curious. Oh, they're both trying to push the other over. Oh, right. I misunderstood the question. Yeah, you could totally use momentum, conservation of momentum to find the velocity required to push them down. But, I don't know if you could say it's 4 to 1. But then again, you've got to think, why are they giving us the mass? Is that what they... No, I'm sorry, but why are they giving us the mass if they're giving us no velocity whatsoever? It could be 4. I don't know. I actually have no idea. But of course a large sky would push him over. But at the same time, if it wasn't over a certain velocity, it wouldn't. If you ask me. But you'd have to have a resultant force so strong that it could knock the guy over, and that would require a big velocity, I think. Anyway, I'm really getting off on a tangent here. I was definitely shocked about Takashima-san, but it's hard enough just going to class. Oh yeah, no. I mean, if you experience the stress that you experienced here every single time, I don't blame you. If I get too confused, I don't know what will happen. Oh god, if he picks on you, that would be hell. I mean, god, this is the worst thing. You just can't think on topic at all. What will happen? What will end up happening? Yeah, because he always just finds another rabbit hole. Oh, that's fucking creepy. What will happen? Oh god.
4×4 は16で1対16かそれとも 4+4 は8で1対8かどうだ横山わかるか
That's not what I would have thought. I would have thought the ratio of masses is 4 to 1. But yeah, if it's maybe... I mean, if you're 4 times... No, I'd multiply. What do you think, Yokoyama? Did he get it right?
1対16かな
Here we go.
なんでかけるんだ
He sounds pissed. Why did you multiply?
わかんねえけどなんとなくそうかなって思った
Yeah, he totally doesn't try in class, my god. I don't know, it just seemed like that was
気分
right.
で法則作るなこのアホ
Oh, wait, you're meant to back this up with an equation? What? Which equation do you use? A teacher calling a student dumbass, by the way, I
だ
love
から
it.
この問題が解けねえんだよいい
That's
か
why you can't solve this problem.
数値や足が動いているかに関係なく相互に受ける力は同じなんだよほら中学の時習っただろ
yeah.
作用反作用だ
Hang on a second, what? The numbers don't matter, and it doesn't matter which one falls over. They both receive the same force. God, we learned that in middle school, action and reaction. Yeah, sure, but like, what if, I don't understand. Wait, no, hang on a second, if that, wait.
だからこの問題はな質量が 50kg の物体が 20kg の高さから落ちて
You just said a height of 20 kilograms, what do you mean? Huh. Oh, so this is physics. I figured he would teach a class like that. Wait, I'm just genuinely curious. So, I don't understand. If it's an action and reaction force. I'm just finding it hard to imagine. Yeah, it doesn't, I suppose. Oh wait, is it the ratio of the 4? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I get that question now. Yeah, that does actually make sense. I thought about it too much. No, that does make sense. Yeah. Yeah, actually, it does. Yeah, they both resist. They have the same force, but the guy who's going to be more massive is going to have more weight, so he's going to have less chance of falling down because of higher pull from gravity, really. And you'd require more to make him fall over. I think you could then tie a horizontal component of weight into it, but I don't know, because I don't know if horizontal and vertical, well, horizontal components of weight, I don't know if that would exist just for inclined planes or if it would exist for anything else. I don't know. Oh, so this is physics. I figured it would teach a class like this. Yeah, that's right. But is it really? Yeah, but if you think about what you just said, the same force would be exerted upon a nose and the fist that punch it. Yeah, exactly. That makes sense. Is that right? But my nose is the only one that hurts. Oh, is that because of it being weaker? I love that. It doesn't hurt his fist at all. God, that's so good. That's right. That's all physics is. Oh my god, Takuji. It's useful for the exam. Who cares about actions and reactions? That law isn't useful for anything. Oh my god, just go into any physics job. That's right, not useful at all. There's no way that could be useful. What? It's not true, Mamiya. That's so weird. Dude, it really just feels as if whoever is in this world is trying to make it as creepy as possible for Takuji. That's totally the case. I didn't say that, so why? He wasn't looking at me. Was he speaking directly in... Oh, that could also be another explanation. He wasn't looking at me. Was he speaking directly inside my head? It's not just your nose. The fist is destroyed too. What? This is the weirdest thing. I mean, I don't understand though. Why would she have suicided? But the only thing is, if she suicided so that the manhole is here, firstly, where is the manhole cover? But secondly, who moved her body inside the hideout? And who knows about Takuji's hideout? And then also who maybe modified the dee-doo-doo video? And also who turned the generator off? Weird. Yeah, it's interesting that his nose is destroyed because of the fact that he feels as if his nose is destroyed because of just him feeling as if someone has punched him, but obviously the people who are punching him getting no pain whatsoever. In this analogy, I suppose it's saying the person who has punched Takuji was Zakuro, but metaphorically, and as a result of that, his nose metaphorically hurts. She punched him inadvertently by destroying the cover to his swimming pool, hideout, sewer. Oh god, that's weird. Yeah, of course her body was destroyed, of course, yeah. What the fuck? But thankfully, so was the steel manhole cover. I'll see it when I believe it. That's right. Why didn't I realise it before? Everybody has been talking about Takashima-san. In other words. Well, I suppose so, yeah. Oh, you can think of the... I can finally say you can use the conservation of momentum here. And you can also use third law, sure. What happened to Takashima-san? This has to be right. But then you could also use chemistry as well. Wait, no, could you? No, you could use all the sciences to determine, like physics, chemistry, and biology to determine just what happened to Zakuro in terms of body parts being completely split. Oh, good, I was getting confused there for a second. It's fine, I'm calm. I'm calm, aren't I? That's right. That's right. Takashima-san. Did you jump from that building? Huh?
Takashima-san.
Yeah, isn't it interesting to think about just how different his voice is from his internal thoughts, but also the fact that he never ever considered the fact that he's just so normalized something, he's so trying to normalize something before he actually realizes what's being said. Takashima-san. Yeah. She jumped. Oh god, I can't imagine getting this from my physics teachers. That's right, she jumped. That's so brutal, yeah, action and reaction. God. That's such a brutal thing to say. Fucking hell. Well, I suppose you could... I wonder if you could use the, not really. God, yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking, could you... I'm just thinking about if you could use the Young's modulus calculations in order to find out, like... Well, I mean... The only thing is, I mean, when you're stretching out a metal piece of wire, for example, the maximum tensile stress is the force over the area of the, well, the cross-sectional area of the wire. And the force, and that's like the maximum amount of stress before it either deforms or breaks, I think. So I mean, I don't know if you can calculate, I don't know if you could use that to find like what the maximum tensile strength of steel would be. I really do wonder if you could, because you could maybe calculate the force Zakuro fell and hit the steel with, and then if the steel broke, then you could maybe find. Well, no, actually. No, you don't need to do that, no. I think you can just find the... Well, no, it depends on where the steel is, because I feel like it would be different if... You'd have less of an impact if the steel was on the ground, I'd say. But if it was floating, sure, you could easily break it. I feel like that's just because you have less of the ground to cushion the impact, really. I don't know. She wasn't able to destroy anything, but... Jesus fucking Christ, why is this so awful? And why is it so brutally told to us? I don't get it. I mean, it is as if whoever is in this world is... I just don't get it. He's just totally feeling paranoid. He really is. How many floors does that apartment building have, Mamiya? His voice echoed inside my head. Yeah, seriously, yeah. Why would he do something ridiculous like that? Isn't it interesting that it's just something... I think he's imagining it, to be honest. But I don't know. There's the explanation of him imagining it, but there's also the explanation of the world being just specifically trying to make it horrible for him after everything that happened in episode 2. Why would he do something ridiculous like that? Speaking directly in somebody's head has got to be against the law. Talking inside my head like this has to be illegal. But maybe this is...
26.9MHz から 27.2MHz までの周波数の電波を使用し、かつ空中線電力が 0.5W 以下である無線局のうち、総務省令で定めるものであって、第38条の7第1項第38条の31第4項において準用する場合を含む閉じる第38条の26第38条の31第6項において準用する場合を含む閉じるまたは第38条の35の規定により表示が付されている無線設備第38条の23第1項第38条の29第38条の31
I don't even see where 23 is.
第6項並びに第38条の38において準
I
用す
thought
る
this
場合
was going to end, but it doesn't look like it is.
の規定により表示が付されていないものとみなされたものを除く以下適合表示無線設備という閉じる
Fuck is this? Oh, we're finally done. Radio stations operating on frequencies between 26 and 27.2 megahertz or broadcasting with a transmitter power output of below 0.5 watts shall be prescribed in the Article 38 paragraph 1 of the Ordinances of Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications. And what the fuck is this? Or
空中線電力が 0.01 ワット以下である無線局のうち総務省令で定めるものであって事情の規定により指定されている
broadcast with a transmitter power output of below 0.01 watts should be prescribed by the Ordinance of Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications shall automatically broadcast shall automatically broadcast their call code as specified in the following article. Shall not cause any interference with other equipment in compliance with the ordinances of Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications, and shall use equipment in compliance with standards.
彼が言葉を直接脳に送り込むのは法律違反ではないのかもしれない。
Oh my god. So it might not be illegal for him to transmit words directly to my brain. Oh my god. I love that it's just the case that the writers were so obviously thinking about this beforehand. This is just one of the thoughts that you have when you're really bored and then you spend too much time researching it. This might be a legal action. Oh god. No, he's a teacher, so I wonder if it's actually illegal. Is there actually a law that says whether it's legal to transmit words directly to my brain? Then I'm the one who's wrong. I'm the one that's misunderstanding. God. Yes?
高島が飛び降りるのをあいつがコンクリートに頭蓋骨の中のものを飛び散らせたのを
That's weird because I've never seen that before. We literally never saw that, what? You saw it, right? When she fell, her brain splattered all over the sidewalk.
あれだな30回ぐらいから飛び降りないとダメなんだよマンホールを破壊するにはな
That's the problem. You would have to fall down over 30 stories to break a manhole cover.
どうだ横山清ダメすか
Why? What about it? How about it, Yokoyama Kiyoshi? Would you like to try it out?
ダメなやつだ
You're useless.
生きてても仕方あるまい
Jesus Christ, there's no point in you living.
実験も兼ねて飛び降りてみないか
Would you like to jump off a building as an experiment? Ah, yes, very, very informative. Oh, think about it.
そうだな
That's right.
横山は次回ということで
Right. We'll save that for next time, Yokoyama. Next physics class, suicide.
今日は
Today.
マミヤ
Oh, that's actually really interesting to think about the fact that everything was happening in his head, but now the teacher's actually calling on him. Yes?
お前今すぐに死ね
Never mind, then that's really weird. Go die right now. I thought reality was just totally different inside his head compared to everything that is going around him. But no, why?
うるさい死ね
Interesting that. But what is the reason for him dying? Why does he have to die? I don't get it. Shut up, just die already. That's...
死ねよ
Yuki as well. Go die. Huh? Suddenly, Yuki was whispering in my ear.
高島みたいに派手にしねえよ
God, he sounds so disgusting. Yeah, go off yourself, just like Takashima.
僕は
高島は死んだぞ
Takashima died.
お前みたいにいじめられて
Oh
そ
my
れに
god.
耐えられずに
She was bullied just like you and she couldn't take it.
なんでお前は生きてるんだ無様なことばかりさせられて
Well, because he wants to live for himself. It doesn't matter what other people make him to do. And if anything, that's the spirit of living. You know, you power through no matter how shit your life is. Why are you still alive when people make you do such disgraceful things every day?
見てみろよあいつらの目
Look over there. Their eyes. That's fucking weird, the way they looked at me. When I came into the classroom. Their eyes just looked like Yuki's now. What does that mean? It's not that hard to understand. It just means they were wondering why I was still alive. That's really weird. That really is weird. I feel like this could be insane paranoia just from bullying. I don't even know if this is genuinely happening. I think it could be a real possibility that he's hallucinating the entirety of the conversation that's going on. And when the teacher said Mamiya, when we weren't obviously showing this... Oh, fuck off, DPI. I think I actually got it just before mouse went off. But, yeah. I think that when he was asking the question... When he was asking Mamiya's name just now, he was genuinely asking for him in the real world, and Takuji's just so zoned out that he can't answer. Yeah, that's how they looked at me. Who is the This is so weird. Huh? Mamiya-kun, why are you around still? This looks like a Cyberman. It sounds like a Cyberman even. Why? Is there a problem with that? This is so weird. I mean, whatever this is, it just looks terrifying. And it just... Yeah. Would you hurry up and go to the same place where Takashima-san is? Why? I love the fact that there's no form to these things. You don't want to keep Takashima-san waiting. I'm not going. She's gonna get lonely, you know? What are you talking about? She's in the ground right now. The funeral hasn't even been held yet. She's getting lonely waiting for you. She's not in the ground yet. God, isn't it interesting? There are so many people that have really recognizable speech patterns. It's just kind of hard to make out who their voices are. This is so weird. I hope you two get along. Why shouldn't I keep on living? In the afterlife? Why don't... Yeah, seriously. That's a good point. Why don't you all go keep her company? All of you. God, I love that you just never know what to expect. Jesus Christ, I can never imagine my physics teachers telling me to die. Well, to be fair, this is all in his head, to be fair. I mean, this is just genuinely so weird, though, to think about the fact that he really is putting form to everything that is happening. He's putting, I don't know, his brain somehow... I mean, it's obviously a traumatic response, let's be honest here. And this is probably how his brain copes with the awful situations that have happened to him. But, I mean, he's just imagining forms that don't even exist. I don't get why his mind is so poisonous. Isn't it interesting that there's a... It looks like a plus. Just a little cross there. I don't really understand what that is. It reminds me of the... Oh my god, could it be the part of the Milky Way galaxy? That massive star. I swear it's called Cygnus or something like that. The swan's arsehole. I love that they're just trying to make a beautiful scene and then they just mention something like that in that scene where we were seeing, obviously, the star and I think it was Kagami who was referring to it like that. Yeah, but that's really weird. But isn't it interesting to think about the fact that Takuji doesn't even feel all of these things? And all of these other people, let's be honest, they're probably going to drive him to suicide. I don't get what this is. I don't know if it's mental or if it's genuinely something occurring outside of Takuji's control, but yeah, I don't like it. It's just so interesting that everything here, it really, really implies that people want suicide to happen for Takuji, but why? Mamiya, go die right now. No. What would happen if he did? Genuine question. Right now, go jump off of the school roof. I can't do that. Come on, right now. Why? Come on, answer me. Oh my god, this was what was genuinely being said. I think it was hallucinations. I think he was totally not seeing anything that was going on, and he's been making this all up in his head, which, if you ask me, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if this is real. I feel like this is mass paranoia. It really reminds me of the milk inside a bag or outside a bag, that series. It really does. I mean, maybe it's a schizo trait, maybe it's just his weird way of coping with stress. Well, not exactly coping with stress, but the only thing is that's really weird, it's as if all of these things he's getting stressed about, he can't logically think about these because he gets so distracted just because of the fact that it's as if his brain and what he wants to achieve is separate from what he's imagining, and also what's giving him stress. Answer me. Huh? Oh god, what was he? Oh, that's interesting. Why are you talking to yourself? God, this guy sounds horrible. Come on, answer the question. Yes. I can't. Yeah, he couldn't because he genuinely didn't know that he was talking to himself. But that's actually really weird. I wonder if his thoughts were things that were actually said. You can't? So maybe that's really interesting. Maybe all of the times that people were looking at Takuji in really weird ways, he was, without realising it, talking to himself just because of how much he was, I suppose, just located in this world of delusions. So much so that he forgets to perceive anyone else around him. And because of the fact that people were looking at him with mixed emotions and potential worry, of course. That makes so much sense. Yes. Oh, you can't? Too bad then. It's the same as the problem I just
ちゃ
explained.
んと聞いてなかったんだろう。
Well, I think if you listen to what he has just been listening to, it's not surprising. You weren't listening, were you?
は
Oh god, he's dead.
マ
No.
ミヤ、お前大丈夫か？
Yes, he does.
トイレとか我慢してるのか？
God, I just can't believe that he literally imagined his physics teacher just just saying, oh, just jump off a fucking roof, die. Yeah, this. God, this is awful. And it really, really shows how bad Takuji responds to stress. But this is the thing, bad upbringing, bad bullying, bad situations. I mean, he's had trauma, of course. He's just had no means of dispelling the trauma and breaking it up, really. And that's because of the fact that there's nobody there for him, let's be honest. Mummy, are you feeling alright? Do you need to use the restroom?
いや
Yeah, he does. Eh? Oh no.
汗だらけだぞ。もうガキじゃないんだから、トイレぐらい済ませておけよ。
Yeah, you're covered in sweat. You're not a kid anymore, so use the restroom before class next time. Oh, you've got to be kidding. That's such a dickhead thing to say. Oh my god. What, as in... What, from wanking or something like that is probably what he was trying to joke about. Oh, that's such a horrible thing to say if that was the case. Class laughed at me. That's awful. Yeah, no, I feel really bad for him. That's so unjust. They weren't saying anything, but they were making fun of me. They were laughing. That's just as bad as saying anything, to be honest. No, not really. You're just perceiving it like that. Teacher just told me to die. Why are they
だ
laughing?
からな、体重 200kg、両手で
Hang on,
腕
this is
力
weird.
200kg の大男と、体重 50kg、両手で腕力 50kg の少年が互いに押し合っ、そしたらどうなる？どうだ、横山わかるか？
Then what would happen, Yokoyama? Do you
そん
know?
なの大男が押し切っちゃうに決まってんじゃん。
The big guy would push him over, of course.
そうだよな、大男が押し切っちまったわけだ。
That's right, the large man would push him
さ
over.
てだ、この押し合いつうか押し切りの間、大男の手のひらが受けていた力と少年の手のひらとで受けていた力、どのくらいの比率で
So what's gonna happen?
違っていただろう。
Is Kiyoshi going to get the question wrong? Is he just doing a recap by asking exactly the same question, spoke with exactly the same dialogue, in exactly the same way, and the same response from Kiyoshi as well? That's really weird. It's as if he's kind of reliving the moment. I don't get that at all.
体重も腕力も4倍ずつ違ってるから、4×4 は
What?
なんでか
わかんねえけど、
気分で法則作る。だからこの問題が解けねえ。数値や足が動いてるかに関係なく。だからこの問題はな、質量が 50kg の物体が 20kg の高さから落ちて。
Oh, that's actually really interesting. So it's as if Takuji relives... He feels as if he's reliving the situation, even though this is not happening whatsoever. I think that's just kind of a representation of what Takuji's thinking. So, yeah. That would mean the same force would be exerted upon a nose, and the fist that punched it. Yeah. I mean, reasonable. But, I mean, would it? And to be fair, I mean, I can kind of see that because I don't know. I've never really thought about stuff like this before, so sorry if it's wrong, but I mean, when kinetic energy is being transferred, this would assume that there is 100% efficiency within the transfer. And there's no dissipation because of thermal energy or anything. Well, thermal's the main thing I can think of. But also, I suppose, sound energy. Like, it would assume 100% efficient energy transfer, which can't happen. So I don't know if the exact same force would be received. Or maybe it would, I don't know. Because, I mean, if you, depending on how much you have, maybe you could find velocity from the kinetic energy, and then you could maybe find the acceleration of the, I don't know, punch, and then you could find the mass of the person doing it. And you could get force like that, I don't know. Is that right? Yeah, but that is interesting. Yeah, so one of the person is exerting the same amount of force as that is happening on Takuji's nose, and yet at the same time, it's as if whoever is making this happen, whoever is orchestrating Takuji's decline, let's be honest here, they're not hurting at all. Takuji is the one who is hurting. But then again, maybe it's because of maybe they're not hurting now because of the fact that they've hurt beforehand. But my nose is the only one that hurts. Yeah. It's as if Takuji in episode 2 has punched somebody and then they're punching him back in episode 3. Maybe. It doesn't hurt his fist at all. That's right, that's all physics is. Who cares about actions and reactions? That law isn't useful for anything. That's right, not useful at all. There's nowhere that could be useful. And to prove it, this is one thing my mother said. What? Free energy, in other words, perpetual motion, has already been created by an inventor from the power minority. Wait, have I learnt about perpetual motion? Oh, alright, so it's just constant movement, right. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, I've not heard that term before. I've heard of... Well, I don't know, I thought it could have just been some other way of saying maybe terminal velocity, something like that. I mean, it's completely different. Free energy, in other words, perpetual motion, has already been created by an inventor from the power minority. The perpetual motion would make the oil companies go bankrupt, so... Oh. So the oil companies pressured politicians and government officials to silence the inventor. That's interesting. I wonder if that's genuinely true. Also, the theory of relativity is wrong, but scholars are afraid to correct it, so... They silence people who disagree. And the sun isn't really... But how is the sun not really hot? Okay, how did the sun form? It literally formed via fusion. How can you... I don't understand how you could have any energy required for fusion if you don't have really fucking hot temperatures. How could the sun form? Or maybe it's just programming language. And the Yorkshire Terrier are involved from pigeons, etc, etc. I don't know about that last one. Is that a dog? It might be. My mother often used to talk about things like that. She seems really random, God. But that's interesting. I mean, I really do wonder if something, especially like the top one, is true. I wonder what that would change if that was genuinely discovered to be true. But I find it interesting to think about, But how does this necessarily prove that a punch only hurts his nose and not the person's fist who is punching it? She was a harsh person, but she was kind when she talked about important things like that. That's interesting. Yeah. No, because Takuji was properly abused by his mother. I forgot about that. Yeah, and another reason why he interprets a situation like this so maliciously as well. That's right, my mother taught me. What? She taught me that everything is a conspiracy. That the masses are being lied to. Education is the same as brainwashing. Education is brainwashing. This class and all the classes before, they were all just brainwashing. That's why they all keep holding brainwashing classes like nothing happened, even though Takashima-san had just committed suicide. I feel so bad for Takuji. He finds it so hard to keep his composure. But if this is genuinely true, then he's been growing up with really nonsensical and bad ideas. Isn't it interesting that that then could have maybe made it so that he'd have more knowledge and more desire to create his own conspiracy? In episode 2, for example. And now they're trying to kill me with brainwashing. Takashima-san was killed. She was bullied and killed. That's it. She was killed by the bullying. God. Newton's third law. By these people. By the people in the classroom. By the teacher standing in the podium. By everything here. That is interesting. It's just as if everything in school. I mean, she was an honor student. Maybe the stress of studying combined with the people bullying her and probably using her. And, yeah, I can see why. And it's really interesting, that thought. Just like me. Oh, I know, that's the most horrible thing, because isn't it interesting to think about the fact that he has thoughts about the suicide? Maybe subconsciously he desires it, just like me. I know, that's the worst thing. This is a really bad thought to begin with. Yeah, Takashima-san was the same as me. That's why she came to my secret base. It was just a coincidence. No, it's not the case whatsoever. Isn't it interesting how illogical these justifications are? That was her final message. At the end, she begged me for salvation. Oh, no. I totally see how that's relevant, yeah. Yeah, I think because of the fact that Takuji was kind of talking badly about things that Zakuro liked, and he was being a bit too hostile about it, so as a result of that, Zakuro just thought there was no point in hanging out with us and left us forever. Yeah, we failed to see understanding in what we were doing, so as a result of that, I suppose that can kind of be the case. Yeah. She tried to become my friend so that she could escape all her enemies here in the classroom. That's what my base was made for. She knew that. Why? Yeah, no, totally. Probably because she was the same as me. To be honest, even if this wasn't the case, she didn't really have any choice but to go down into the base because obviously we were being followed. It's just a coincidence that they're both being bullied. They're not necessarily the same person. All of these events are coincidental. They don't necessarily imply one or another. We felt the same thing, so she had probably picked up on my feelings. That's why she spoke to me. Now I understand that. Yeah. She was my ally. Yeah. Agreed. That's it. That's it. What is it, Mamiya? Aw. Yeah, how are you going to explain anything of what you were just thinking? Yeah, God, I feel bad because he probably did accidentally talk here. Oh, good. Good! Physics class ended. The strange time. Oh, God. Yep, same for me. In every lesson apart from Thursday period 5. The strange time we call the break period inevitably comes after physics. During this strange period, people move all around the room. It's a disgusting thing. Yeah, no, I don't blame him. Yeah, I suppose so. Who doesn't, to be honest? I do that. Even in the confines of the classroom, they move around at random. They all move as they please. It's disturbing. Why are there so many people? It's just so interesting, thoughts like these. Things that you never really would have thought before. But I can totally see that. I mean, it's probably not even that many. It's just Takuji's totally perceiving it to be... Maybe it's malicious, more malicious than it actually is, or maybe he's just not used to it. Somebody who's always isolated, of course they'd find something like this terrifying. Why do they move so much? It's because they're excited and they're happy and they're having fun, which is honestly a concept that Takuji isn't really that associated with. It throws me off balance. It's just because that's not his type of fun. That too, yeah. But I don't even think even if he wasn't in shock, he wouldn't. He was in shock though. It's just interesting how he's responded to it. Throws me off balance. Is it because I'm still in shock about Takashima-san? Of course. I can't believe that what I saw yesterday actually happened. No, I know. I think you should go back to the base the second you can. And the second you want to. To be honest, I feel like if Takuji is this stressed in class, he just shouldn't go. I mean, I'm sorry, but if you think about that and you are that unfocused in a class like physics, I mean, firstly, you probably need meds if you want to actually continue. Or you need a severe change of heart if you actually want to pass. But secondly, I mean, are you really fit for classes? Like, serious question. But to be fair, this was what he was like when he was in shock. I feel like somebody this distracted when they were in shock, maybe they would be a bit better if they weren't, but I find it hard to believe. I don't know. Oh, there are people here. Okay, confusement. There are lots of people around me. That's a bit of a red flag. Why are there so many people? Why do they move so erratically? Oh, calm down. Calm down a little. Relax a little bit. Relax. A way to relax. I know one. I know how to do that. Go to the base, yeah. Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, I've had social anxiety for a long time. So it's always been like this when I go out in public. Yeah, and that totally makes sense, and it really, really contributes well to just the feeling of paranoia that he was sensing from people being worried about him. I think people were worried about him because of the ridiculous amount he was sweating, because he was probably sweating really intensely when he got into that room, and then when he was talking to himself, it just makes even more sense that he was really terrified. And this is the worst thing, he doesn't even realise anything of what he's doing as well. So my mother taught me. She taught me how to save myself from the confusion. When my heart won't calm down, I put my hand on my chest and say this. God, yeah, relax, relax, relax. Soon after doing that, I become relaxed. Everything that's really surprising, especially because of how many negative memories he has associated with his mother. But at the same time, I suppose he did think that when his mother was obviously, well, when he literally views his mother as dead. So I mean, I suppose when she was alive, that's what he thought. He had a good impression, so of course he's going to listen to something that he's had a good impression from, really. That's right. My mother taught me that because she loved me. I agree, yeah. Actually, no, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to tell with somebody like this. I don't even know if Takuji's mum did love him. Maybe it was just because of the fact that she wanted her life to be a little bit easier. Who knows? And maybe... Oh, God. Yeah, you're going to be putting your hand on your heart a lot now. Her again. God, I feel so bad for Takuji. He's just totally imagining everything to be so paranoid. And it really, really makes sense as to why people like Tsukasa are following us now, because I never really realised it before, but just how insanely stressed and visibly stressed somebody like Takuji probably is. He never really thinks about it, of course, because he's just in his own... He is literally the embodiment of somebody who is in his own world. Of course he wouldn't be thinking about what other people around him would be perceiving of him. Are you okay?
Oh my god.
You again? I. What is it with you? Yeah, it's just because of paranoia, genuinely. Why do I feel so uncomfortable when she shows up? We don't know each other at all. Yeah, no, totally. We've hardly ever spoken before. So why does she make me so... Yeah, isn't that interesting to think about the fact that that always happens? And I think that actually shows a really consistent pattern with Takuji. He notices one thing and then he thinks about that one thing in depth, so much so that it takes something external. He doesn't naturally do it himself to notice someone else. Like, for example, Yuki, we only noticed him standing right in front of us when he was talking to us because of how absorbed we were in our world, I think. Do we put you in a bad mood?
大変ねあなた
Must be a pain.
何がだ
What do you mean?
何がそうやって何も分かってないふりをするの大変じゃないの
What do I mean? It must be a pain. Pretending like you don't know anything. What?
はあ何も分かってないふりなんだそりゃ
Huh? Pretending that you don't understand anything. What do you mean?
お姉ちゃんダメだよ
Onechan, you can't do that.
黙ってなさい
Be quiet, something. Isn't it interesting to think about the fact that Tsukasa's name wasn't even said here? That's odd. That's a really odd detail.
マミやタクジ
Mamiya Takuji.
なんだよ
What is it?
私を見てもわからないの
Can't you tell by looking at me?
何が
Tell what?
質問してるのはこっち私はあなたにわからないかどうか聞いてるの
God, she's so rude. I'm the one asking the question. I asked if you could tell by looking at me.
は
What?
あれ
What the fuck? That's so weird. What the fuck? No one's here. This makes no sense. The Wakatsuki sisters and the other people, they were all just here. Why aren't there people here? I walked around the school. I was trying to do something. Those stupid twins stopped me from doing it. And the break period ended. They disappeared. That's why I'm standing in the hallway alone. That's so odd. And what Takuji said about time just totally flying within the blink of an eye. I don't get that. I really don't understand it, because it could either be that he's been transported to another world, we'll see later, or maybe it could be the case that time has passed, like he said, in fragments. But the only thing is I don't understand why. There's no mystery. There was no mystery. Oh god, famous last words. There was no mystery, so I relaxed and opened the neighbouring classroom door. Relax, relax. Oh my god, it's Zakuro's class. This is Kashima Zakuro's classroom. Okay, that's a little bit more odd. No one's here. I wonder why no one's here. Me too, yeah. They should be. Aren't classes still in session? Maybe all the people in the world disappeared. I mean, it's not July the 20th though. Why would that happen? If so, then... yeah, no, I can see why he'd say that. Yeah, the world must be filled with relief. Relax, relax. I looked out of the classroom window. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. But the only thing that's just genuinely so weird about Takuji was he just standing there and looking. What? I mean, how was everybody else perceiving him? Was he just standing there looking as if he was just a robot, as if he wasn't even existing? That's so weird. Oh, that's right, it's time for PE. That's why there's no one in the classroom. There's a flower because no one's here. Yeah. A vase of flowers was placed here because no one's here. It's not strange. Makes perfect sense. Yeah, totally. My god, yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because her desk is here. Takashima-san isn't. Yep. Such a brutal way of putting it. It really is. Yeah, because these flowers are here. Takashima-san isn't. It's not strange. Relax. Too relaxed. Yeah, the desk is in here in place of her. Because she's not here, the desk is. But the desk would always be there. I don't understand why that's the case. Why does Zakuro dying necessarily have to be a requirement for the desk to exist? Because the desk isn't here, she is. Yeah, that makes sense. It's fine. I stayed rather calm as I figured it all out. I was worried I would get emotional and do something I didn't want to do, but I'm totally relaxed. Famous last words, let's be honest, I'm completely calm. I'm so calm that my mind is working on pure logic. That could be real opposite to reality. This isn't the time to get emotional. Yeah, reasonable, especially if your reality is so odd that you can barely perceive anything around you with accuracy. I see what he's saying. It's time to think out calmly and act. Go through each problem and solve it. Yeah, calmly think of each problem and solve it logically. That's right. God, yeah. I've always done things I don't intend when I get emotional. So I failed a lot. Yeah, I mean, we saw back there just how much he was talking to himself, how ridiculously stressed he was getting, and also just how, in general, it must have been really unpleasant to be near him. I don't like failing. My mother gets sad when I fail, so I can't fail. Interesting that he still thinks that, and that shows the proper bond that he had to his mother had. Yeah, I mean, but now obviously that's all destroyed. Then I won't fail. I won't make my mother sad. Handle everything calmly. Calmly taking the present situation first. See if there's anything else we can say about this. Yeah, but this is really weird about the stuff regarding Kagami and Tsukasa. It's as if the second we look at Kagami and Tsukasa... Yeah, this is so weird. It's actually really interesting. I mean, if you can tell by looking, maybe the answer is this, the fact that it was all an illusion and we were somehow in a different world to the world everybody else was in. I don't know. Yeah, but that is actually really quite interesting, and I suppose when Takuji was here, he was just totally... Yeah, but that is interesting, pretending. Maybe it's as if in his subconscious he does genuinely know whatever... I don't know, but... That's the funny thing. It's as if, well, you don't know anything, but you don't know anything about what? We don't even know what we're meant to know stuff about. We are in the worst form of darkness possible because we have such a lack of knowledge of what genuinely is going on here. Of course they put him in a bad mood. It is very interesting that. And I really do wonder what the significance of this line is going to be. I might just screenshot it. See if I can figure it out later. I don't know. I just don't really know if we have enough information to solve this. I want to know what truly is happening to Takuji. Because there are just... I'm sorry, there are just too many weird things that are happening that can make me believe that there is less to this than Takuji's delusions. I really think there is more. Once I know what Ayana's intentions are, and then once I know what's happening with Kagami and Tsukasa, because I feel like when I figure out Ayana's intentions, I have potential to figure out Kagami and Tsukasa's intentions. I don't know though. So it is interesting to think about the fact that he really, really loves his mother, and he, even though he was really quite abused by her, he still sees love in her. He only sees the good side of her, but I suppose that's because his impression of her was formed from when he was naive and when he didn't really realise just how truly awful what was happening to him was. I mean, obviously this is the worst thing. People are multi-sided, obviously. That was probably just a reinforcement of that belief. Yeah, but no, I see that. I really, really do. He just overthinks everything, and yeah, this is the worst part of overthinking everything. But God, this is extreme social anxiety. But the only thing is he's just had such a lack of exposure to social situations. So of course he does. Yeah. Yeah, but isn't it interesting to think about the fact that Takuji just feels as if the world is centered around him? Because, I mean, of course, if there is nobody to make the world ruined, and if there's nobody there, of course the world is filled with relief. I just don't understand how somebody with this much social anxiety can, for example, do such a ridiculously articulate and well-informed and just in general intellectual speech in episode 2. Their personalities don't really match up. But to be fair, they kind of have those core elements. Really, really overthinking anything you can. Thinking about it in as much depth as possible. And with some of Takuji's beliefs, they really, really have loads of justifications as well. I mean, he doesn't just think stuff on whims sometimes. I mean, obviously, sometimes he does. And isn't it interesting, by the way, can I just say, like, the bad parenting that he had? Yeah. But why would his mother teach him this? That's interesting. So I suppose Zakuro's killed herself. So school is brainwashing because of the fact that it's deliberately making people forget about what's happening outside of school. And I can totally see that. I mean, if your life is just schoolwork, it's as if... Well, it's not really brainwashing. It is brainwashing to a certain extent, but it's more teaching you how to think. And it's developing new connections in your brain and new ways of thinking and just making you into an all-rounded better person if you take the opportunity of school for granted. So I suppose you could think that it is technically brainwashing, but it's just brainwashing. Whether it's brainwashing or not, that's due to a person's individual definition of what brainwashing truly is. I can't believe I just kind of justified the fact that education is brainwashing. Yeah, but it is interesting, this bad parenting and these bad beliefs that may be false. To be fair, I don't know everything about them, but Yeah. Like, for example, the pigeon one, the Yorkshire Terrier, evolving into a pigeon. Yeah, God, this is so awful. It really is. Isn't it interesting to think about the fact that he is so fixated on his surroundings that he never really thinks about himself? And he's totally... Well, actually, no, never mind. No, he doesn't think about it because it makes sense as to why nobody is here. He doesn't question it much because it makes sense. Yeah, okay, never mind. I don't know why I tried to... Hang on just a sec. I really hate it when you underestimate how cold something is. So I've just done that and now I need to put my socks back on because my feet are cold. Let's just get a kotatsu or something like that. Foot warmer. And blankets. I have blankets, I just hate reading with them, it's really annoying. Yeah, God. Yeah. This can either be something really good or really bad. Yeah, but no, I do see that. Yeah. First, this is a desk. A desk paired with a chair. Yeah, totally. You can use a desk for all sorts of things once you combine it with a chair. Yeah, the person that used this desk and chair was Takashima Zakuro. Yeah, God, I know. Takashima Zakuro was a smart and kind girl who committed suicide yesterday. Yeah, she was the only person I could share my secrets with. Why was that? I told her my secrets because I knew she was smart. I told her about my secret base, and in response she... Yeah. Yep, true. And in response, she told me her secrets. Yep. Oh God. I just think it's hilarious to think about how ridiculously messed up this is. I mean, my God, their relationship is basically formed on sex. anyway, yeah, it is interesting that this is being said. I mean, I can actually see that quite a bit. I mean, Takuji's made the right choices, so as a result of that, Zakuro, he's got a reward. I mean, obviously, it's just something that is so innocent, but at the same time is really messed up. But the core point kind of stands. I mean, he did the right choice, and he was obviously composed in a stressful well, it wasn't really a stressful situation, but it was a situation where if he was thinking on impulse and instinct, he could have potentially made the wrong move, i.e. the delusion. Maybe the delusion represents what could have happened, and obviously the train conversation. Zakuro and that old man. That was so funny. That has got to be one of the most deranged and low, yet hilarious things I have read in a visual novel. Yeah, no, I totally agree, yeah, but I wonder what Takuji is actually going to use this to try and reason out, really. Yeah, she opened her heart to me because I made the right choices. It was all decided by the choices. The world diverges based on choices. Agreed, yeah. I perceive those choices because I can calmly analyse the situation. Yeah. That's why she opened her heart to me. She told me her most embarrassing secrets. I looked at the desk. I looked closely. After looking very closely, I made a calm decision. This is the desk she used. Oh. I touched her desk's legs. I mean, yeah, that is unusual, but at the same time, I mean, I really can't believe you can so tell that Takuji is a teenager just because of the fact that the thighs are one of the first things he remembers about somebody, and they've died as well. I mean, that just properly shows that this is a core instinctive response that is fully from the heart as well. I touched her desk leg. It made me remember her soft thighs. Why is she on her hands and knees? Why is she on all fours? Her wrist is so slender. Oh, Takashima-san. The feeling of her body came alive in my mind. The time we shared our secrets. Oh my god. Yeah. In my mind, so I had and hadn't seen, replayed in my mind. Replayed. Oh, yep. What an interesting way of telling the story. God, this is odd. Isn't it interesting, this? I mean, it's just... It's really, really wrong. And it's just such an odd... It's such an odd, yeah... I mean, it's such an odd way of remembering somebody and just remembering who they were. And I think, if I'm going to be honest, I mean, he's probably just been really shocked about the fact that he's obviously discovered the fact that Zakuro's suicided within class. And that's really, really shaken him and obviously caused all of these thoughts that have happened. He was originally really quite paranoid from the dream, but then obviously the suicide, it just caused the ultimate deterioration in Takuji. It really, really did. And Yeah, it's just interesting that now he's totally having time to process just what the hell has happened and how wrong it is, the fact that the only memory of Zakuro's emotion is the fact that she's on all fours like a dog. It's not a nice analogy, I hate dogs, but okay. I am so sorry for saying that in the context of Subarashiki Hibi. Yes, I know, I've been spoiled about a scene. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, you don't. Oh god. I think that's the worst time I can ever express my fear, my hatred of dogs. Yeah, but that is interesting. Yeah, but it is interesting. Yeah, an onslaught of memories I wasn't sure I had seen before set my heart ablaze. Yeah, reasonable, because I think he's finding it so hard to interpret just how shitty this lost is. What a genius quote. Yeah, totally. The fluttering heart is the forerunner of love. Oh, I feel bad. So cute, Takashima-san. You're too cute, Takashima-san. Cute, cute, cute. I rub my cheek on her chair. Right. This is the place where her butt always rests. Takuji really is... He really needs to be shown some restraint. I mean, my god. No, but... To be fair, I mean, actually, I say that, but that's just because it's different from what a normal person would do. I actually don't think this is... I mean, I do think it's weird, but it's not unacceptable. I mean... But at the same time, I mean, in order to remember somebody, he's basically... So he... This is... I hate analysing this, seriously. So he thinks Zakuro's arse is cool, and it's something... I mean... Obviously, this could mean two things. It could mean he has a lot of lust and he remembers the lust, or it could mean he remembers something that he thinks is good about someone. And it's just as if he constantly wants to expose himself towards it. I don't know. It's weird. I'm finding it hard to justify this, actually. Yeah. I glanced to the side. The desk drawer. The part that forms a large... Jesus Christ, please fuck off. A hole? That desk, down on its hands and knees, looks like it had a lewd hole facing me.
Takashima-san, 四つん這いになったらどんな感じなんだろう。
This is so unhinged. Got down on her hands and knees. How would she look? I saw letters on the desk. Yeah, that's interesting. Letters that were different from before. What the fuck? So that's actually really interesting, because whatever this was... No, I feel like... No, I don't know how this could explain episode 2, but what the fuck? That's not what I was expecting at all. If she loves us, why is it the case that... Okay, that explains it differently. I think what happened when she left us, there was something that was so painful to her that she couldn't even be near us. She couldn't. But what was it? I love you, Mummy Takuji. Yeah, no. No, that totally makes sense, because it's rumour has probably gone around about the fact that these two people were lovebirds. Yeah, God, I wonder what Tsubasa's lot are thinking of that. But anyway, more importantly, they've gone around as people who are lovebirds, and this has been why everybody in the class, even though it was objectively the case that they were so worried about him, it was as if they were staring at him like there was something really wrong that was happening. That was what Takuji was perceiving, but in reality they were just very worried about him because they could have potentially thought that Takuji had lost somebody. And I mean, obviously he has, but at the same time, I mean, it's just, funnily enough, he didn't even realise it, but he was totally, I mean, to be fair, that's when you display the most symptoms of something, I suppose, when you don't even realise you are. Yeah, I know you love me.
君だけじゃなく、君を使っていたあの高島さんだって僕のことが大好きだったんだからさ。
Really? But the only thing is, I mean, if Zakuro was bullied on her desk every single day, why would she have positive memories of the desk that was in that very classroom? And it's not just you, Takashima-san, oh my god, it's not just you, Takashima-san, who used you every day, loved me too.
高島さん、高島さん。
That's really odd. And isn't it interesting to think about the fact that he's just so... He is so drowned by, let's be honest, suffering, that he's even seeking... He's just seeking meaning in anything that is associated to Zakuro. If a desk is the meaning, the desk is the meaning. But I couldn't accept. I had to erase the words I love you. That's interesting. Oh my god. So it's as if he doesn't feel as if Zakuro is confessing the words. He feels the desk is confessing the words, even though Zakuro was the person who wrote the words on the desk. So Zakuro's using the desk to convey the words to him. That's so weird. Yeah, and you can just so tell how much of a crush Takuji had on Zakuro, my god. That is so interesting. It's just interesting how he sees something and then he totally feels... He doesn't seek meaning in what he sees, he just believes it there, and as a result of that he has a completely unrealistic interpretation of the events. I erased them every time they came up. She said, I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you. I kept erasing them. I erased the words that came up. That's really interesting. So I do wonder if the Takuji in episode 2 went through this thought process. I really do. Yeah. Unfortunately, my lover is Takashima-san, not her desk. Then the desk tried to tempt me not with words, but with flesh. She tempted me with her form down. This is so weird. This is a really weird way of thinking. Well, so he's thinking about the fact that the desk has kind of masqueraded as Zakuro because of the fact that it's on all fours and, yeah, like a woman would be. He thinks that's hot, and because of the fact that it has so much of a personal connection, and obviously Takuji perceives the desk to have been something Zakuro would have enjoyed using. It's as if the desk itself is a separate entity that is trying to tempt Takuji, but the only thing is the reason it's tempting is down to his own personal perception of it. That's so weird. Even I was swayed by this! Okay, I mean, this guy is basically thinking that a desk is trying to tempt him. Why is he swayed? After all, it looked. Oh. Right, okay. Right in the school classroom. Gotta love it. Just like Takashima-san.
ダメだよ。君は机で僕は人間だ。結ばれるわけにはいかないんだよ。
Oh, I can't. You're a desk and I'm a human. We can't be together.
抱いてください。
Make love to... What? What? I can't believe it. Even her voice sounds like Takashima-san. This is bad. This is really
抱
bad.
いてください。優しく抱いてください。大好きだから抱いてください。抱いてね。タクジくん大好き。
I really do wonder.
タクジくん。
I so hope he fucks the desk. I mean, I feel bad for laughing because obviously this is the unique way he perceives this. But I'm sorry, fucking the desk, that would just be too funny. I really hope he does. I just can't believe about the... But what I do find really interesting is Takuji's tendency to totally hallucinate stuff. Isn't it interesting when he was hallucinating, for example, the physics teacher? He was feeling really... He was just... The voice and all those black figures as well, those black forms with no sense or logic behind their formation. No human structure. What's really interesting about those forms and the physics teacher is the fact that they were projected with so much more of a terrifying voice. Interesting when he projects Zakuro's voice. It's really, really realistic and really sweet, just like Zakuro was to him. It totally makes sense. And it is interesting that he just feels as if the desk is a completely separate entity to Zakuro, really. I do wonder if that's maybe neurodivergent thinking? I don't know, I just can't imagine anybody normal. Well, not normal, but like anybody without that stuff thinking like this. Sorry for that slip up of words, that was probably really offensive. I didn't mean that. What's happening? My head was spinning. Yeah, totally, yeah. Her soft, lonely voice swirled around my... What? I don't understand. So, how is he... What? My true feelings burst from my dark heart like a fountain. I love you too. Isn't it interesting that so much of this relationship is based on lust? Can I just mention that? Actually, I mean, lust is one of the core concepts of it. But at the same time, I mean, it's... By having the lust happen, it was as if... Zakuro has emptied her heart out to Takuji. Takuji's done something reasonably similar, though he hasn't done it nearly as much as Zakuro. Nah, actually, he has. They've both done it. Even though lust was the thing that started it. I love you too. But you're... but... I'll give you my virgin... Right. What? But firstly, you're dead, and secondly, there's a desk. She closed her eyes in embarrassment and laughed sweetly. This is awful. I just find it so sad to think about the fact that he really, really hasn't... I mean, obviously, the more he processes this, the more, obviously, bad it becomes. But I just find it really interesting just how he's processing this. He's processing it by actually feeling as if Zakuro is there. And if anything, the desk being so similar to Zakuro, it's... I mean, here, he's doing a desire that he subconsciously had, let's be honest here. But also, I mean, he's... Yeah, seriously, yeah. Yeah, God. Hmm.
だってね、拓司くんのためにずっと守ってきたんですよ。
Yeah, so she wasn't a
私
school
の中に
prostitute,
は
potentially.
男の人のものなん
Dude,
て
this is Takuji's delusions. They're not objective. After all, I've kept it all this time just for you. No one has ever put their XYZ inside me before.
確かにたまに教科書とかプリントとか鉛筆なんかも中に入ってたりしますけど、
Oh yeah, I forgot about the fact that this is a
あな
test.
ただけが私の最初で最後の人なのです。
It's true, occasionally she put textbooks, papers, pencils and things like that inside me. But you will still be my first and last. Oh, I can't do this. I mean, to be honest, I just think it's so sad that... Oh, I feel kind of bad for laughing because this is a serious response to grief. But that's also why it's so funny. I mean, this guy is so unhinged that he's seriously thinking of having sex with a desk. But the only thing is, or at least he's being aroused by the desk. But the only thing is that's then really sad because he's seeing only Zakuro in the desk.
もしかして私のこと
Do you hate me?
そんなことはないよ。
No, not at all. That's not it. No, that can never be true. Yeah. Yeah, no. All the other girls are self-centered, calculating, lying, thieving. Jesus Christ. Yeah, says the girl with her pussy right on the screen. And they think it's natural for a man to spend all his money on a girl, and they look down on people with those thin, fake smiles. It's really disgusting. But to be fair, I mean, that's an incredibly generalized form of it, really. I mean, that's just thinking about people who are gold diggers. But Takashima-san, you're different. Obviously, Zakuro's different because of the fact that Takuji's smile is not thin and fake. He knows that it's genuine. Of course, he has the bias to think, to separate all of this from what he is thinking. But also, at the same time, that bias, it's not very good because, obviously, what if other people think like that? If other people have relationships like yours, and you're just not seeing it because of the fact that you have such a bad impression of women, really. But Takashima-san, you're different. Even in this rotten world, you've lived a wholesome life so that you could give me your virginity. Right, yeah. But yesterday you... I know. Yeah, totally. Yeah, so that means the you smiling at me now, it doesn't exist. What's happening? Isn't that interesting? He just doesn't want to experience reality so much, and like he said, he doesn't want to experience the rotten world. He's just so relying on his delusions to make it so that the girl he, let's be honest, was going to probably have a relationship with if she hadn't killed herself and obviously disappeared. Yeah. That's right, don't lose sight of it. I can't lose sight of it. Accept reality. Is he gonna fuck the desk? That's my question. Reality is what I can see right here, right now. Well, this is your delusion, though. Reality is what's happening right in front of my eyes. Therefore, this desk has to... Oh my god, he's actually gonna have sex with the desk. This desk. Who is it? Just who it looks like? Takashima-san? So weird. And it's so illogical. That's what I find interesting about this. Is that right? That's right. Yeah, isn't that interesting? The amount of stress and the amount of times he is forcibly justifying something that is so irrational. And he knows that if he took a second to think about this and detach himself from his instincts, this is what he'd think. That's right. Congratulations. That's right. The announcer in my head announced that I was right. Oh, I can't press an arrow key. That's right. Reality is what I can see with my own two eyes. That's actually a really interesting point. Okay, that's even more interesting. I can't allow myself to be deceived by my fantasies. Fantasy isn't reality. Oh. So what's he gonna say?
どうしましたか?
What's wrong?
いや、なんでもないよ。
Oh no, it's nothing.
安心してよ。僕にふさわしい女性は君しかいないよ。
No, don't worry. You're the only woman suitable for
あり
me.
がとう。タクジ君。そう言ってくれると、ずっと前から信じていました。
Thank you, Takuji-kun. I always knew you would say that. Her lovely eyes, rapt with attention as she gazed upon me, seemed to be swimming in a sea of ecstasy. Surely no other slovenly woman could ever match her beauty and purity. Yeah, it is
昨日はごめん
interesting.
なさい。びっくりさせちゃいました。
I'm sorry about yesterday. Did I scare you? Yeah.
ああ、うん。ちょっとだけね。
Huh? Oh yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit, yeah,
でも
totally.
ね、もうすっかり平気なのです。
But now I'm just fine. Really? Yeah, isn't that interesting? You can never ever have this conversation without referring to everything that has happened yesterday just because of how insanely big it is.
私は心からタクジ君が大好きだから、全然平気です。
I love you from the bottom of my heart, so I'm completely fine. Yeah, it's everything you want to hear because it's your delusion.
はい。私は誰よりも
Yeah,
タク
funny
ジ
that
君を愛していま
his
すから
mind can be read.
大好きだから死なない。
Isn't it interesting what the human mind can come up with? It's interesting with all of the irregular people, all the people that don't matter, all of the people that are horrible and are a mess to Takuji's life, i.e. the bullies and the people who feel are just reflecting the bad sides of him. His brain doesn't make a form. It doesn't bother creating one. There's no point. It's just black and incoherent and it's a mess. But with something it loves, it not only creates a form, it creates a voice, it creates realism. And it's so realistic that of course somebody like Takuji would believe it. And this is the funny thing about the delusion. The reality he's living in is so awful that is it really a good idea to snap out of the delusion or not? Well, of course it's not for him. Oh my god, I can't believe I just can't believe I'm reading this, to be honest. It's really sad in a way. I hate that it's kind of laughable, yet at the same time it's ridiculously tragic as well. I still hope he fucks the desk. Let's just get that out there. But I think because he's going to a level as low as this, it just shows his desperation. It shows his desperation to deny and rebel against the fact that the rumour is there. Maybe rebel against the truth, if you see what I mean. Yeah, it's interesting that. It's interesting that it really is. She won't die because she loves me. Well, that's interesting what the delusion is trying to say, because of the fact, I think you can turn it around a little bit, because of the fact that Takuji really loves Zakuro. The delusion of the fact that Zakuro is here and anything that has associations with her is her. That belief will never die, so of course, she will never go.
女の子はですね、大好きな男の子のためなら、何でもできちゃうのです。
Okay, I can do anything for the man she loves. Yeah, fair.
何でもできちゃう。
Same for the other way, which is, ironically, if you reverse that, a man can do anything for the girl she loves. Yeah, we can totally see this here. Can do anything. Yes. That's amazing. You're amazing. Oh my god, I know, I really do wonder. No. This is the worst thing. His delusions are completely altering what is objectively true and what is objective fact with Takuji here. Her brain did not splatter over the floor. You're amazing, Takashima-san. Coming back to life through the power of love after your brain splattered all over the pavement and your arms and legs broken to 20 pieces. You're a wonderful woman. Yeah, it's odd that. Actually, wait, I keep on forgetting about the fact that Takuji did see Zakuro's suicide, but at the same time he was just too shocked to kind of process everything that had been going along. The photo doesn't obviously imply the fact that the brain was splattered everywhere though. And also, I mean, I feel in episode 2 when the email of the same photo was shown. Why is Zakuro's suicide a constant event, by the way? It doesn't make any sense. And what's happening to the genuine Zakuro? Because it seems as if there are two different ones. Well, no, potentially. I mean, potentially we have obviously the Zakuro here. We have the Zakuro that kills herself. And then we have the other two as well. So 4 potential Zakuros. You're a wonderful woman.
私のすべてをあなたのものにしてください。
Now take me, make me
あな
yours.
たに可愛がってほしくて。
Jesus.
もう歯止めが効かないぐらいに
And
こ
another
れと仕掛け
delusion.
の明け暮れです。
Yeah, and look at the lack of logic here. None of this is filled with logic, but this is what love does to somebody, really. It's especially because of the fact that the feelings were never really discovered, and let's be honest, this here was an experience that Takuji would have loved to have discovered, but he never has. To be honest, sex is one of the only things he can find comfort in, let's be honest here. Yeah, of course you do. I want that too. Oh god. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
とっても恥ずかしいけど。見て。
It's embarrassing, but look. Oh, right. So, wait, I don't understand. I just genuinely can't believe that he's using everything that he's learnt in Eroges and everything he's seen, and obviously everything that he's looked at, to basically distort this impression. Of course, this is the case because of the fact that it's realistic, because of how many things he's consumed based on it, really. Oh god. Yeah, you're very weird. Do keep in mind. By the way, can I just mention about the fact that look at how illogical everything is, and then just multiply the amount of illogicalness by 100 because of the fact that they're literally in a fucking classroom. I swear, dude, how many sex scenes in classrooms are there in visual novels? You and me and her, spoiler, but I mean, yeah, I've obviously got a coincidentally kind of desk fucking scene. Not really a desk fucking scene, a scene where somebody is fucking on the desk on the rooftop where there are loads of abandoned desks. And then they obviously fuck on the part that's above the ending of the stairs that lead to the center of the universe, i.e. the school rooftop. And then also Subarashiki Hibi, we have Kagami, Tsukasa, and Yuki. Those scenes. You're amazing, Takashima-san.
Takuji-kun, 私の恥ずかしいところどうなっていますか?
I just can't believe that he's probably had so many sexual fantasies that he can actually make this look realistic and arousing in his head. Because this is not genuinely happening. Of course it's not. Oh my god. I think he's doing it. But that's impossible. I'm already so excited that I can't tell what's going on. Yeah, fair enough.
とても綺麗。でも暗くて中まではよくわからないよ。
You're beautiful, but I can't really see in the dark.
それなら
Oh god.
指で広げてみていいですよ。
Then why don't you try spreading it open with your fingers?
本当にいいの?
Really?
タクジ君だけに
Oh my god, you're
私を全部見せてあげたいから
the only one I want to show.
だからね、クパーって 広げてもいいです。
So go ahead and spread it open. Oh, shit.
高島さん、君はなんてけなげな乙女なんだろう。
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I wonder why it's flat to the like a board. So basically, if you actually looked at what he was looking at, he's probably getting really hard as well. He's just basically looking at the hole between the desk drawer and the bars on the top. Yeah, I'm muting the audio right now. I'll give you a transcription of what's happening, but isn't it interesting? What's happening here is she's really, really aroused and she's properly getting off because of this. Isn't it funny because of the fact that this is everything that Takuji would want? So everything that's going to happen in this sex scene, let's be honest, it is going to become an H scene. There's no way it won't. It's all going to be exaggerated. Right. He's seeing everything he wants to see. It's as if he's had so much suffering in his life and this is his delusion's way of being kind to him. All right. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, I don't disagree. That's embarrassing. Yeah. Oh my god. Reality check. How was a desk coming? What? As I watched that, she got excited and yeah, loved you, Jesus Christ. You can touch me more if you want. Right. Oh my god, it pisses me off that they censor these things, seriously. Yeah, funny that. I just find it genuinely so weird how his delusions are so big that he can even hallucinate sensations. And I mean, usually people who have delusions that are as big as this, they're really, really traumatized. Or maybe that's not generally the case, but with everything I've read, at least, that's kind of what I've found. I think a good example is, I don't really want to say Umineko because that's just a different type of delusion, really. But, Sayo no Uta, maybe? Oh, God. Oh, I'm sorry. My voice cracked in surprise after she suddenly jumped. Dude, this is a desk. Right. Okay. Oh, God. I hope somebody catches him. Can I just mention that? Oh, God. No, it's so funny because of how degenerative it is. But at the same time, for that same reason, it's fucking sad. I just don't know what I feel about this. I mean, I'm sorry, but he is literally going to have sex with a desk. What else do I have to say? Right. Hmm. Oh, God, here we go. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, God. It is interesting that Takuji's saying that you should make it so that she exposes her hidden side, but I suppose, to be honest, that is a side that she has not really exposed to many people. She has exposed to some, for example, when she did it in public, but yeah, let's just not go there. Yeah, but I see that. I mean, she's never directly exposed it to someone else, so that's what Takuji's kind of imagining. Jesus, this guy has such a big imagination. Can I just mention that? He has a really, really wide imagination. Hmm. Yeah, fair enough. Unfortunately, Takuji will always be a virgin, let's be honest here. Well, maybe he won't be, maybe he'll genuinely find someone, but I feel like he's got to change a lot before that happens. Well, that is if he's not going to suicide within, or the world's going to end within the next 10 days. Doesn't sound like it hurts, but that's it. Unfortunately, I had no experience, so I couldn't. Yeah, fair enough. What? Oh no. Oh, God. Right. Okay. Yeah, isn't it funny that... Yeah, it's a total delusion. So now he basically looks like he's licking the gap between the desk and... Well, between outside and inside the drawer of the desk. Fair enough. Oh God, here we go. Oh God. Jesus Christ, why is this so realistic? I don't understand. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, what? No! Is he actually going to? No. Oh, right. Oh God. I think that juice is actually sweat, but he's just interpreting it to be juice. Yeah, love juice. Fucking hell. Yeah, fair enough, of course. Of course Takuji would want that to happen. I glanced over towards her cute face. Tears were forming in her eyes as she called out to me plaintively. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. I thought it was about time, too. As she started crying, What? Jesus Christ, just let her have a moment. Oh, okay. Now I can be your first. I'm really happy. God. Right, somebody is... Yeah, they're doing... They're doing what people do during experiences like this. They're not doing what people are doing. This is a fucking delusion. This is a desk. Oh god, what does that mean? Yeah, dude, what does it mean? Dude, I'm not asking for the meaning in fucking Hindi. Oh my god, I hate Bing's search ending so much. Can you not be a useless computer for 1 second? Let me guess, browser's gonna update. Nope. Oh, okay. Yeah, reasonable. Well, I've learned what defloration means now. Not to be confused with deflation or deflection or processes like that. Yeah, reasonable. Oh god. Smoothly and entirety of it as well. Jesus Christ. God, even in his delusion he asks for consent. That's actually quite surprising, and it's also a little bit... well, I suppose it's also a little bit different to everything that's occurred beforehand. That's interesting. That is actually a really interesting little thing. So in this delusion, there's consent. He actually asked for consent, whereas in the other delusion that was happening, there was no consent whatsoever. It was just, do this stuff, you have to do it. Isn't that interesting how Takuji's personality and respect to Zakuro has developed? Because beforehand, I mean, Takuji just viewed any woman as a threat, really, and someone that's really bad. So obviously he didn't treat Zakuro with respect as a result of that. But now it's really fucking weird to say, but his personality has changed so much that that can actually happen. Are you alright? Should we stop here? I'll calm down a little after looking at... Oh god. Oh fucking hell, is that blood? And then I hesitantly asked. God. You still are feeling pain though, I feel bad. She whispered that and then giggled. As I heard her words and felt the warmth from the place where we connected. Oh god. I think that means... That either means the place, i.e. the classroom! Or maybe... that means... well... the whole. Let's just say. Just like she said. Oh god. Oh, right. A smile appeared on her flushed face. She would... Oh, God. She would do whatever I wanted her to, because she's a delusion. Right, so you're basically going to do that to a desk. Okay, then. Jesus Christ, it's her decision, not yours. It's fine, love me more. God. I undressed her almost violently without even waiting for her permission, but she still didn't even resist at all. I mean, obviously she wouldn't. It's his delusion. Why would Zakuro resist? But at the same time, I mean, Jesus Christ, you don't force her into it. Okay, it is Takuji's delusion, to be fair, but at the same time, it's still a delusion, and if this is such a realistic delusion that it's as if Takuji is seeing another person, I suppose the ethics in which... the way in which he approaches this delusion is kind of similar to how he should approach another person. If you approach your delusions by wanting to kill them, if you think they're real people, that's not very good, is it? Oh yeah, I see it now. What? The fuck does she mean by the thread on my screw is standing on end? What? What? Oh, I get it. Yeah, but isn't that funny? Another thing that Takuji would really want. Right. Oh my god, this is hilarious. The sound of a man and woman's hips colliding echoed throughout the deserted classroom time and time again. The sound of a man basically jacking off towards a desk of a person that was also rumoured to love him. I mean, obviously it's understandable when you realise what's happening with Takuji, but from an outsider perspective, it's a bit weird. Jesus Christ, she sounds like she's just totally been reduced. Holy fuck, why is her voice so high pitched? It's actually really irritating to listen to. I mean, when I'm listening to this voice, my ears are being destroyed. So turn the volume down, you idiot. There we go. Jesus Christ, how noisy is she? I don't think a desk would ever want to make this much noise. I'm gonna come. Do you care? Oh my god. No. I feel the pressure building. Soon I wouldn't be able to hold it. Yeah, of course she is. I don't understand how a desk is gonna nut though. Oh god. Oh, they did it. GG, just don't get caught. Yep. Jesus Christ, Takuji sounds deprived. Zakuro just sounds like Zakuro when she's getting off. But Takuji, my god, he sounds like he's really, really forcing it. He's just... God. I exploded with her writhing body within her inside the desk drawer. Jesus Christ, what the hell is going to happen when, for example, there's a police investigation of, I don't know, Zakuro's desk, or just any student looks inside Zakuro's desk? Ah, yes. The books. What do I smell? I smell something really, really disgusting. Oh, I wonder what that might be. Oh, it's a liquid. Oh, let's see what happens if I taste it. Obviously, people would never do that, but still, could you imagine? Oh my god, this is so... Takashima-san, your desk. As she sat there in it. Oh god. Takun. The eruption gradually subsided, but I didn't let up. Yeah, and then he did something. He kept on moving his hips back and forth. I'm still trying to figure out whether I should be embarrassed or happy. I gently stroke desk Takashima-san's top board. Right. Oh, somebody's very, very... Well, he's physically exerting himself a lot, and now he's panting a lot. Oh, right. Oh, okay. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, that's horrible. I just find it really quite funny to think about the fact that this is Takuji sustaining his delusions. This isn't even... I mean, maybe that time when Zakuro completely abandoned us, maybe that wasn't... Well, why would she have written, I love you, Takuji, on the desk? I don't get that. Or was that maybe something Takuji was just imagining as well? Because we never really saw the words, I love you, crossed out. But maybe it was because well, when Yuki saw Takuji's name crossed out, she only saw Takuji's name. She never really saw I love you. But maybe that's because it was crossed out so much that nobody could ever see it. I don't know. The flower drooped from the way. Oh yeah, reasonable. Crap. Yeah, you really did make a mistake. I realized what I was doing! Oh no. No, this delusion's a snap back to reality. There is no Takashima Zakuro. But what I'm trying to say is, I mean, obviously this may have been something Takuji could have enjoyed, but this could be the most disrespectful and horrible, let's be honest, just outright degenerative thing if Zakuro had genuinely left us because she didn't want to be with us. But I don't know. I mean, why would she have left that message if that was the case? There was something else that happened, if you ask me. But still, I mean, how do we necessarily know that even though she wanted to be with us, she wanted this to be the outcome of their relationship? And also, it's sad that he's doing that in a completely delusional state. I realised what I was doing. I couldn't believe what I had just done. Yeah, you did. Fucking hell. And it's in school, man. I tried to be calm, but Takashima-san was so beautiful that I just lost control of myself. Once I calmed down... Yeah, seriously! Once I calmed down, I realised how stupid what I've just been doing was. Yeah, seriously. That's right, this isn't the time to be doing this. It's not the time to be... This is not the time to be having intercourse with Takashima-san. I need to talk to her. How do you talk to a desk? You've fucked a desk, a school desk, but how do you talk to it? Takashima-san, that's what we should do, right? Interesting. Takashima-san's desk silently nodded. That's right. Now she wants to talk. Completely delusion-induced state, though, let's be honest. Yeah, but that is fair. I really like this story. I don't know where to draw the line between delusion and reality, just thinking about some of the older events that happened. That's right, now she wants to talk. Words. That's what's most important right now. Be calm. Be calm. Use words and think. Maybe clean up the mess you've made? That's not something Takuji would do. Logically, put things in order and grasp the situation. Dude, you fucked a desk when you tried to do that last time. I mean, obviously he should. And I'm all in for him sorting out this situation and these problems that he's having. But, yeah. What I'm trying to say is I don't know if that desire goes very well. Not the flesh, not the mind. Oh, wait, not the flesh, but the mind. That's the key. Yeah, isn't that actually really interesting? Yeah, the fact that he thinks that to logically think he needs to use his flesh. No, use the mind, yeah. First, calm down and grasp the situation. This is Takashima-san's classroom. Zakuro-san's classroom. No one's here. I wonder why no. It's because of gym. But PE class is in session. No one is here. I wonder why no one is still here. Aren't classes still in session? Maybe all the people in the world disappeared. Yeah. If so, then the world must be filled with relief. Relax, relax. I looked out the classroom window. Isn't it interesting to think about the fact that it's as if he has completely forgotten about the thoughts he had before? But this happened before, and we had a revision of what was happening, because even though there had been an imaginary puncher beforehand, it was odd about the fact that there was no other reaction to his pain. But then he realised that all of that was wrong. All of the idea that he gets hurt as a result of someone else getting hurt. It's all wrong because nobody... No, that's actually a nice way of perceiving it, because there is no reaction that is happening because there is nobody who is punching him in the first place. Because I find it funny what Takuji is saying, just to completely rebel against the classroom, because it doesn't apply to his situation. It actually proves why everything is a delusion. That's really cool. I like that. And obviously no reaction force in causing Takuji's pain implies that he's causing the pain himself and his delusions. Oh, that's right, it's time for PE. That's why there's no one in this classroom. There's a flower because no one's here. Yeah, oh, that's interesting. A vase of flowers was placed because no one's here. It's not strange. It makes perfect sense. God. Yeah. It's not strange. Relax. Too relaxed. I can see that though, yeah. Agreed, yeah. Yeah, that too, yeah. It's fine. I stayed rather calm as I figured it all out. God. Yeah, I felt rather stoic since I had just nodded. I can do it. I remained stoic as I calmly thought through each problem and solved them. That's right. Agreed, yeah. But he thought this before, let's just say that. I've always done things I don't intend to do when I get emotional. I just think it's so sad about the fact that he's really delusional because of trauma, and I think a lack of upbringing as well, and just a lack of people to be there for him. No, I'm sorry, but nobody is there for him. The only person that was there for him has now suicided, sadly. Yeah. It's just interesting how he has to try so hard to discipline his thoughts. And in order to make just the simplest thoughts, he goes such a long-winded path. This is a desk. A desk covered in car. Yeah, right. Sorry, but I don't think genitals have reproductive systems. Please try again with the logic. How do you... I don't get how you feel good from that. Seriously, you have got some weird habits. Oh, simulate. I thought I said stimulate. Yeah, okay, yeah. Still, same thing applies. That's why I'm so stoic now. Yeah, good one, yeah. Dude, anything that could have gone into the desk is already... I mean, if the desk was really a woman, the second you did... The second you... Oh, I'm not even going to say that out loud. Yeah, reasonable. Then what's the next problem I need to solve? Oh yeah, reasonable, yeah. Ask who? The desk, of course. Why? Because. That's right. I'm gay. Yeah, but no. Zakuro is dead. Interesting that we're seeing Udidudu again. I can't see it. I can't see any great disaster. That's really... That's wrong. Why can't she, out of anybody, see it? What? Look at it. Look at the future. Look at the future of everything that is occurring. Udidudu. Oh shit, I forgot. Sorry, I forgot to unmute audio. Udidudu-chan, listen to me. Yeah, reasonable actually. Yeah, fear is a shapeless monster. It clouds the mind and beckons the worst possible outcome. If you falter here, the world will be destroyed. Could you let that happen? Riru-chan. I could. What? I don't care if the world is destroyed. I don't want to die. Why won't you just die? Why don't you just die and leave us alone? Aww. What's wrong with you two? To the sky. Yeah, that is really weird. I just find this so odd about the fact that it's as if with the Rirudu stuff is, well, the fact that Zakuro feels as if she is dying for a cause that is, well, maybe something she's been talked into, maybe some idea that other people feel that she doesn't necessarily have any means of feeling. And I mean, obviously with all of the stuff relating to Takuji, she would want to experience a relationship with us, and she's got, I'm assuming these other Rirurus, they're people who they have a desire to die and they would die for the end of the world. But the only thing that's weird is that the thing that's weird about that is, I mean, if they're dying, yet Zakuro isn't wanting to die, not only does that show a potential real attachment to Takuji and, you know, the one escape from a world full of pain, let's be honest here. Yeah, it's really odd. It begs the question of, how are the other Rirurus different to the Riruru that represents Zakuro? Yeah, but that is odd. That really is odd.
怯えは形のない怪物だ。いい？リルルちゃん。
Yeah, no. This is not. No, I don't know which one this is, but it is interesting that. I mean, I totally see this with Takuji. I really, really do. A sound that split the air in twain. Totally, yeah. That's right, I'd seen Takashima-san's final moments on my television. I'd seen her final moments in an anime. Last night, it was broadcast? What? I thought this was just something he downloaded. It was broadcast in an anime. Yeah, but still, this is just a video on the internet. But I did see her final moments in an anime. Yeah, exactly. I mean, these people not only have the same outfits, but they have the same sort of... Maybe they have the same feelings. I don't understand that at all. So I must already know it. She was a friend, a lover in an anime, and she was in that video. She was a good person. Two-dimensional people were good people. Oh, yeah, reasonable. Yeah, she was also three-dimensional, but I saw her in the second dimension as well. In other words, she was a friend. I like that. So I asked the desk. I didn't know nearly enough about her life in the third dimension. But if I ask this desk in her place... That's right, this desk has been with her through thick and thin. That's what this desk and chair meant to her. So they should know anything. They should know everything about Takashima-san. Such deep analysis. Everything is relaxed.
机の中には何もないのか。
I think I'll stop here